Hi guys, my name's Jo and I'm the CEO and founder of Navistar Legal, and I have Antonia Rodriguez with me today. Hi Antonia.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well. Antonia is here to give us a little legal wisdom around her career. She's a senior counsel. And well, why don't you tell us, Antonia, tell us a little bit about your career. How did you start up and how did you get to the position that you're in right now?
Yeah, sure. So I started, like everybody, in private practice, and then went on secondment. At that time, it was to Transco. Absolutely loved my time there. And then went back into private practice, saw an advert, the same company, but in their international section, and jumped ship. I mean, I'd loved being in private practice and the mix of being able to get more involved with the business side. And ended up 14 years at an oil and gas company. Absolutely loved it. We traveled the world. And then there was a round of redundancies where people, if they wanted to leave, could put their hand up and say, you know, you can go. And it was one of those moments that you thought, well, what do I do? So I did. I left, decided to try something new, went into telecoms. And sort of fast forward 4 years, I now find myself in a software company doing something completely different to where I started.
Amazing. What was the thing? Because that's quite a courageous thing to do, you know. You could have stuck around and you could have just carried on doing what you were doing. What was it in your mind that made you take that leap of faith?
I think there's at times things like that happen, and they really do force you to just look at where you are and what you want. And I really did think about it. And it's one of those sort of things that, you know, you can be you're swimming and your mind is buzzing it through, and you think, well, how would I feel if I hadn't done it? And I just thought, yes, you know, just go for it. What's the worst that can happen? Do it, give it a go. And that's really it. Sometimes you just have to take those leaps of faith, and something was telling me, yes, try it. You might say it was a midlife crisis. I'm hoping not, but yeah, it was just a case of like, I felt I should just basically just try something new.
I guess that's what, I mean, you know, midlife crisis or not, I guess that's the point of it, isn't it? They say every 7 years there's a change that happens, and you were there 14 years, right? So that's 2 lots of 7.
Right, yeah.
Tell me about your role. What do you do at the moment, and how do you get your, I say juice, like what do you love about the role that you have at the moment?
Yeah, so what I'm doing at the moment is quite sort of unique in the sense of, I mean, I like doing deals, I like being on projects, so I still have a transactional element to what I do. But then I also wear another hat where I act as, like, within the legal team, the global lead on privacy issues. And that allows me to connect, you know, across the company internationally with all kinds of people. And I love that. So I really enjoy being able to kind of have this kind of hybrid role, which, you know, might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I really enjoy it.
And what does having a hybrid role, what does that give you that perhaps you hadn't had before?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it's the fact that you can actually flip to try and do something different, that your day job is never the same. And particularly doing privacy, it's you know, constantly changing. You've got to, it's much more at times, you know, it's much more being up to date with legislation, as opposed to being sort of purely commercial, but then you bring in the commercial side and the practical side. And I think it's keeping your brain active, and I just really enjoy that factor that you're always learning and always on the go. And it just, you know, it taps into different parts of your brain as well.
Yeah, it sounds like one thing I got from you, and speaking with you, you know, in the past, it's like variety. Even though, like, okay, you can do the job, but at some point you're like, right, time for change.
Yeah.
Variety, like there's a variety that's required, and you get that from your role, and it sounds like you're enjoying that right now. Which
yeah, I love building things, so I think that's, you know, that really works well. You know, building teams, connecting people. Yeah, that really is the thing that I love.
We were talking before about legal champions. Tell me about that. What is a legal champion in your business?
Yeah, so because of the way that we're kind of structured, we kind of, when I arrived, thought, well, how do we kind of actually help people to upskill across the business within the legal team? And it's not unique to have champions, but came up with the idea of having sort of legal champions and local leads. And therefore, not all of the work falls on one person's shoulder, but also actually you're upskilling the whole of your kind of legal team, as opposed to kind of having perhaps one person or two people who are, the sole experts. And it really works well. We have people that, are interested in the topic and they can learn. And we had somebody leave, and I thought, oh, will people be really interested? And I had people kind of going, yeah, I want to learn more about this role. So you kind of realize that it really works. And I'm not unique. People do like trying other things and learning on the job all the time.